Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Another solid week of training in the books. So I've got my weekly training update for you all. First off, I appreciate you all tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and roll right into it with day one. The Buffalo bar squats are starting to get heavier, up to what I called 600 pounds. So you'll notice on the bar, we've got 6 plates and a 5 on each side. I'm pretty sure this barbell weighs 50 pounds, but I don't know for sure. It's the Titan Buffalo bar, and if I remember right, it is 50 pounds. So I counted it as 600, even though I had 595 programmed, but I haven't been counting the bar as 50 in my training and loading up until this point, so I may as well just keep that same progression. But with that said, up over 600 pounds for my sets of 5, moving pretty well, I would say. These certainly hit my quads a whole lot. One thing with this bar is if you bend over, it punishes you a whole lot because the center of gravity and the weights swing forward, and it's almost like squatting almost a high bar squat. So you have to stay more upright, and it definitely hits my quads more. And I feel like that should have good translation to my squat. And it's definitely been taking some of the fatigue off of my posterior chain and my low back, which has allowed me to be more fresh by the end of the week. Now, with that said, we bumped up the tempo RDLs this week to 335 pounds. I was able to get the full reps here. I think the tempo could have been a little better. You'll notice I kind of rush it whenever things get hard, but overall, these are better and better. And by the end of day one, my hamstrings are just completely fried from this exercise. So I really like that we're able to push it with not much weight at all. So it gives the nervous system a bit of a break. Now, on to day 2. We're still working kind of around bench. I would say my bicep has been very negligible. I can still feel it there sometimes whenever I unrack the bar. But I would call it like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. It's just there, but it doesn't hurt me throughout the movement. So that's certainly promising, and you'll notice these are moving really well, repping close to 400 pounds on the pin press. Now for day 3, we've got the double pause deadlifts, another solid kind of deadlift accessory that we've been doing, and it's another one of those, like the tempo RDLs. I like how we can keep the weight really light but still get a higher relative effort. Now, with that said, I think these were still, not rateable as far as RPEs go. So there's plenty of room to actually push this if we want to. But I like it as kind of a practice day for my positioning on deadlifts. And then the most exciting day of the week coming up here is day 3. So I had a top single at 755 pounds on the squat. And I will say, in the past, leading up to North Americans in August, the heaviest squat that I hit for the entire prep was 750 pounds. And at this point, I've hit 750 pounds or higher 4 times in this training block. So we are certainly rolling, and this 755 pounds was very casual, as we'll see. The warm-up before here, we've got 715 pounds, which this has been very close to an opener in the past. I would say it's close to last warm-up speed at this point. Then this 755, another kind of way that I like to gauge progress here as well is my nervousness for the lift. So in the past, once I've gotten over like 725 pounds, I start to struggle with the whip on the bar, and I would have to use 100-pound plates. At this point, I'm very comfortable using the 45s, and I can control the whip much better all the way up here at 755 pounds. And also, nerves-wise, I was, comfortable enough to do this without spotters. Of course, I have the safety pins. If something were to go wrong, I would kind of sit it down and then dump it on the pins of the rack, hopefully. But to be comfortable enough, you can see, people were walking by. It's not a big deal. And 755 moving pretty darn close to opener speed, in my opinion. And then we had some back down, so 2 sets of 3 at 675 pounds. A year or two ago, this would be a huge top set of 3, but at this point, this is super casual. After a heavy single like 755, I can usually tell, my central nervous system takes a hit, but I still feel like I could have cranked out probably a set of 7 with these if I pushed it completely at a failure. So for 7 plates to be moving like this is certainly promising. 800 pounds is well in my sights for nationals. Then for bench, so as exciting as squat was, bench kind of continued the momentum here because I finally got to go over 400 pounds with my sets of 3 on Spoto press, and I feel like I'm getting lower and lower each week with the pause off of the chest, with the goal of, I'm stopping it before I get to that uncomfortable spot with my bicep. So 1, the RPE with those were very low, and then 2, I'm getting closer to my chest every week. So who knows? There might still be a chance that we pull out some sort of PR bench press at this competition as well. And then to close the week, I had 2 singles at 705 pounds, and then I had 2 back down sets of 3 with 625. As you can see, 705 moved well. It wasn't as smooth as I was hoping, and same thing here with this second set. It's kind of slow and steady. It wasn't super fast. After last week's deadlifts, I thought these were going to be faster, but I can't complain. I would say they're still moving opener-ish speed. And then after such heavy squatting and whatnot, and then here we are with 625 pounds for my back down 3s, moving nice and easy, kind of closing out the day. So overall, a great week of training. I think we're setting up for a big total. And yeah, just one foot in front of the other. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And happy lifting.